Hi everyone, welcome to Channel 21, this is DG57.com saluting you. In this video we describe how the main construction areas of an onshore LNG liquefaction plant are classified for the purposes of estimating capital expenditure. We are talking about an LNG liquefaction plant that includes one process train capable of meeting peak processing capacity requirement of 4.4 million tons per annum. Work Breakdown Structure Summary. This presentation aims to describe how the main construction areas of an onshore LNG liquefaction plant are classified for the purposes of estimating capital expenditure. Figure to the right shows main areas and its major components, subareas. Area 100, Process Train, Area 200, Utilities, Area 300, Offsites. Area 100, Inlet Gas Unit, Acid Gas Removal Unit, Dehydration and Mercury Removal Units, Liquefaction and Refrigeration Unit, Hot Oil System, Fuel Gas System. Area 200, Power Generation, Water Treatment, Plant and Instrument Air Compressors, Nitrogen Generation and Storage. Area 300, LNG Storage and BOG Compressors, Flares and Effluent Area, Refrigerant Storage, Marine and LNG Loading, Fire Water and Fire Protection Area, Infrastructure and Common Systems. Now, let's start describing each item which make up the estimate, grouping them by categories. This WBS has 10 categories and 84 items. First in the list. Home Office Services. This category includes contractors' cost for providing engineering, procurement, construction, commissioning, and startup services in contractors' home offices. Home offices include all offices other than the construction site office. As part of the estimate preparation, contractor will develop a project execution plan for the EPC contract phase, which will serve as the basis for the home office services work hour estimating spreadsheets. This category includes costs for third parties and consultants employed in the engineering and procurement services, e.g. agencies, including companies, such as architectural firms, tax consultants, law firms. Support, IT, space, communication, secretarial, stationery, and parking, for project LNG team members in contractors' offices. Next. Equipment and materials by company. This category includes equipment and permanent materials cost. These items will be provided by company. It will include items such as heater and flares, shell and tube exchangers, air-cooled exchangers, APCIMCHE, vessels and drums, columns, tanks, pumps, turbine generators, compressors, mechanical drives, bridge cranes, utility equipment, special package equipment, fire and safety, capital and 2 years operating spares, laboratory equipment, major electrical equipment, catalyst and chemicals, site prep/improvements, structural steel, underground piping, above-ground piping, underground electrical. Above-ground electrical, instrument and controls. Next. Bulk materials by contractor. This category includes all permanent materials cost, not included in item 1.1. This item will be provided by contractor. Company will provide quantities. Concrete materials cost should include, but not limited to, aggregates, formwork, rebar, embeds, and anchor bolts. Cost will be built up based on a dedicated on-site batch plant. Piping insulation quantities are installed linear meter of pipe insulated. Next. Packing and freight. Company will provide freight cost from vendor shop to site and custom duties for all equipment and permanent materials included in item 1.1. Contractor to provide revenue tons and freight cost for permanent material provided by contractor, item 1.2, and for non-permanent materials, consumables and equipment needed to support construction. Cost will include country of origin domestic freight, ocean freight, inland freight, port handling, freight forwarding, and custom duties. Next. Construction, installation and subcontracts. This category includes construction installation cost for all permanent equipment and materials, with either direct hired or subcontract execution. Company will provide subcontract cost for items 1.4a to 1.4d. Contractor will provide estimated man-hours, direct hired or subcontract, and costs for items 1.4e to 1.4r, based on company-furnished installed quantities. Next. Construction indirects and services. This category includes all contractor activities to support the direct and subcontracted work. All items will be required to have estimated man-hours and cost. Contractor will develop a project execution plan for the EPC contract phase, which will serve as the basis for the construction services estimate. It includes items such as construction management costs, which include staff costs and expenses for site operations, field office expenses, and third-party support, temporary buildings and facilities, temporary power and telecommunications, temporary water, sewage and waste, general site services, scaffolding, construction equipment maintenance, fuel and spares, small tools, consumables and medical, construction camp accommodations, camp operations and catering, heavy haul and heavy lift, vendor representatives. Next. Plant operations. A contractor's manpower loading and material requirement plan based on contractor's experience will be prepared for all pre-commissioning, commissioning, startup and operations activities. Pre-commissioning activities include mechanical cleaning, chemical cleaning, equipment run-in, loop checking, and relief valve setting. Next. Others. Premiums for builders' all-risk insurance and other contractor insurance requirements will be included in the estimate. Also included will be an assessed cost, based on contractor's experience, for bonds and bank guarantees. Next. Escalation, taxes and contingency. Forward escalation will be calculated by contractor for all items under its responsibility. Taxes will include country's income tax and withholding tax are excluded. Contingency will be based on a risk and contingency analysis. Next. Long lead items assignment fee and contractor risk and fee. Long lead items assignment fee will cover the following. Site preparation phase 2 subcontract. Marine facilities subcontract. LNG tanks subcontract. APCI main cryogenic heat exchanger purchase order. Refrigeration compressors purchase order. Okay, now. If you are new in this topic, now you got a pretty much idea how the main construction areas of an onshore LNG liquefaction plant are classified for the purposes of estimating capital expenditure. Now, this WBS refers to a Phase 1 budget estimate for an EPC lump sum baseload LNG plant that could be put together in 6 to 8 weeks to then lead into a 4 to 5 month Phase 2 Capex estimate. So, I hope you all enjoy this lesson. If you like this content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, and leave a comment. Thank you for watching and I will see you